welcome to this week's edition of the Dakota Angler 2-Minute Fishing Report. Well, the weather's been a little bit more stable this past week, but temperature-wise, it's been much cooler than we normally would be this time of year. And you can see that reflected in the water temperatures around the area and also the way people are fishing. Normally this time of year, a lot of people have switched over to totally bottom bouncing or pulling crankbaits or even snap jigging. They're doing it, but not as much as they otherwise would this time of year. A lot of people went out this past weekend, especially up north. The lakes up in the northeastern part of the state that produce walleyes included Bitter. That would seem to be where most of the traffic was heading to, Bitter, as well as Wabe. Other lakes included Goose, Opitz, a few being caught at Grass Lake in Coddington, an emphasized few. Also Pickerel, Swan, Drywood, Hazelton, Traverse. We haven't mentioned Traverse in a while. North and South Rush, and then also Big Stone and Stink, and emphasize a few at Stink. Down the southeastern part of the state, the lakes that produce walleyes included Thompson, 81 Ponds, Dry by Willow Lake, as well as Ponset, Henry, Whitewood, a few being caught there, Madison, Island, and then mainly North Island, and then also Diamond, Vermilion, and Twin. And remember, Twin is a trophy lake. The Missouri River, again, depending on the day, you're talking out by Chamberlain, Pigsdown, Platte, depending on the day. Some days have been better, a lot of smaller fish. The better fish, definitely further to the north. On Oahe, things have definitely taken off up there. They've been going well all spring and summer, to say the least. Now, what have you guys been doing to catch all the walleye? Again, the techniques that I mentioned at the start of the segment. Bottom bouncing with slow deaths have been working really well. If you had a mini prop or a max smile blade on that slow death, that was really lethal this past week. Other people have been trolling with crankbaits, such as the Salmo Hornets, the Berkeley Flicker Shads, or even the WNC, the Walleye Nation Creation Shaky Shads have been working. Snap jigging, that's a few people are starting to do that. Some looking for those more active fish, and then jigs and swim baits. Again, you wouldn't think that this time of year you would be doing that, but a lot of people are coming away with some nice walleyes using 3.5 to 4 inch swim baits. Now, as far as the perch bite is concerned around the area, it hasn't really taken off yet, the way the water temperatures are. But a few lakes that have produced perch this past week include Ponset, Wabe, Big Stone, also a few at Bitter, Dry Lake by Willow Lake, and then also Thompson, 81 Ponds, Madison, and North Island. And how they've been caught, honestly, in many cases by accident, when they're pulling slow death with crawlers or anything like that, and when they come across one, they stop and anchor and slip arbor fish them or jig them. So again, things to keep in mind this upcoming week. In this week's edition of Todd's Tackle Tips, we're going to talk about a new jig being offered by Northland this year. And it's that time of the year when people start thinking about utilizing a jig of this type. And what I'm talking about is snap jigging. Northland had a snap jig out a few years ago, and it was okay. It wasn't as popular as so many of the other ones, but this year they came out with the Pigeon Puppet. Now, I can tell you what makes this thing unique is because, honestly, we have all kinds of jigs that you can use for snap jig. Whether or not you're talking about the Hyper Rattle, an older jig like the Johnny Darter from Johnson continues to be very, very popular. The Tikka Minnow for clam, or the Shiver Minnow, again, one of the more popular baits from Moonshine Lures, and then also the Jigging Wrap from Rapala. All very popular and successful lures that people can utilize when snap jigging. So why would another company come out with another lure for snap jigging? Well, Northland's come out with a little bit different type of presentation. They have a wider gap back hook. This Pigeon Puppet, if you see it, it's got a wide gap tail hook, and so it makes your hook sets a little bit more successful. It also has a swivel on your treble hook, and that will minimize the amount of tangling that you have going on. Also the weights, you got anywhere from 5/8 to an ounce on the two weights, so a little bit deeper, a little bit different type of action. So again, these Pigeon Puppets come in a number of different colors, and I showed you this one here, the Sneeze. This is the most popular color that we sell in the Mimic minnows, and now it is in the Pigeon Puppet line of jigs. So again, stop on by, take a look at the great selection of Pigeon Puppets that we have. These things are really geared to imitate a dying minnow, but they also come in colors that imitate a live minnow. So you can see where they're going with this. And again, if you've never actually snap jigged before, stop on by here at the store. take a look at the pitch and puppets, as well as all the other jigs that you can utilize when snap jigging this summer, because now we are heading into the season, and now's the time to stock up on the jigs that you can use throughout the year. And now it's time to take a look at a few photos that you sent in to me this past week. And remember, folks, if you'd like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report, all you have to do is send it to me. Send it to Todd at DakotaAngler.com. You know, folks, we've done over 500 of these videos, and it's hard to believe we've done it that long. There's been a couple of times where I sit there and say, why do we continue to do it? But I know a lot of you like it. All you can do is, for me, is to let us know that you appreciate it by hitting the like button, hitting the share button, subscribing to our YouTube channel, following us on social media. That's what we can ask in return. And I hope you gain something out of these reports. Maybe not every week, but hopefully every other week. But again, hopefully you find them of use. If you have any questions about anything you hear on the report or anything else that we can do for you, feel free to give us a call at 605-336-9132. And remember, don't forget about shopping online. Everything you see on the store floor is available on our website at DakotaAngler.com. Well, folks, that's this week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report for Dakota Angler. I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say around here, fish on! We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching, folks. And again, I greatly appreciate the support. Stay healthy and always stay safe.